Hey, what's going on everyone? Speaking of first week of May, you have to be on a golden week holidays. If not, you are likely to be such a workaholic as Mabu Nakagawa. But if yes, spend about 10 to 15 minutes to watch my video on YouTube. For those who are new, again, my name is Mabu Nakagawa, who created my YouTube channel 2 years ago and broadcasting my useful channel that's called Nakagawa House, mainly from Shiga Prefecture, Japan. Just in case you still have no idea where I am, please check out my location with Google Map. I'm right here to show you and present you an overview of Japanese breaking news I selected from my preference and liking. I just picked up some interesting findings I should be sharing with you. If you enjoyed or find it useful from today's contents, of course, press the like button, and I very much appreciate if you hit the subscription button as well. Please don't forget to ring the bell before you change the other channel, okay? I'm begging you. Let's connect to each other, everyone. I guess today's topic is a little bit personal. Today, we're gonna be talking about the worst and stupidest experience for my ex-part-time job. Let's get started, shall we? I have experienced many part-time jobs before. Among with my past experiences, I'd like to give you my advice not to make a stupid mistake I've ever done. I hope you wouldn't be like me. In Japanese, we call part-time job arubaito, which originally named after Arbeit in Germany. We also shorten part-time job as pato in Japanese, so I think it might sound more casual in the sense of English speakers. Right after graduation from my high school, I was planning to study abroad, as I told you before, but I had no money enough to pay tuition and the cost of living in America for many years, so I started to work a part-time job. My first job I did in Japan was the production line worker. Very simple job. There was a lot of segments in the production line, and I was assigned to one of them at the factory. I did simple operation over and over again for 8 hours a day, and I volunteered to work crazy overtime because I wanted more money. My hourly wage was 1,000 Japanese yen, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus overtime, and I raised my hand for holiday work as well. So totally I made 220,000 Japanese yen a month. That was my first salary I received from my company. Sounds good for a non-skilled teenager, right? I got so excited because I knew I was gonna be able to buy tons of Coke, basketball shoes, and my favorite stuff with no hesitations. Plus, I got adapted to my job environment in a week because I didn't have to socialize with other people. I didn't have to use my brain, just a simple task. Yeah, so I didn't have to do anything but one thing like this. I did this with my eyes closed. I felt I was okay because at that time I was extremely introvert person. I was so bad at communicating with people, and I was psycho. So I think I had a great time working part-time job for my age. But unfortunately, as I aged, I got cocky with my older co-workers, and we started to fight a lot. Eventually, it was my fault. Yeah, I admit that. I was less experienced, underestimated the Japanese society, and I was immature enough to work with other people around me. As a result, I screwed. Yeah, when I was a teenager, internet was not popular yet. There was no way for me to make money from online resources like YouTube, because YouTube was not released. So no social media was absolutely platformed either. If I was born a little bit later, I would have launched my YouTube channel in my teenage era, but I can't change my path. It's too late to regret my mistake, so I have to keep moving on, you know. So since I miscommunicated with my leader at the factory just once, I lost his trust. I felt like I lost everything I had ever earned. I guess you might have had a similar experience as I did, but it's time-consuming process to earn trust until you get confident of doing your perfect job. You know, if you mess up just one small thing, everything can be ruined. Like you put a lot of effort to complete thousands of pieces of puzzle, and right before you finish it, you vacuum everything you built. Yeah, you see? You feel so disappointed, right? Yeah, same principle. So in other words, if you get lazy, if you disappoint your boss, manager, or whoever hired you, there's not gonna be a positive outcome. If you can follow up your mistake with your own skin or whatever you can back up for yourself, you might be okay. But when it comes to a part-time job, no, I don't think so. You're gonna have to monitor yourself to see if you are doing okay or something wrong going on. I'm not gonna tell you everything you mistake is your fault. Of course, your business manager or owner can be wrong. I mean, terrible. Yeah, but from my general perspective, I can tell you that if you get emotional or if you do something which doesn't make sense to anyone, you might want to be aware you are not doing good. I give you another story of mine. I worked for a sushi restaurant when I was in Los Angeles. I wanted to be server because I could make tips from my customers. Yeah, so in America, if you go have a dinner at a restaurant, generally you are encouraged to add 20% of the payment bill. So let's say you pay $100 at the sushi bar, you put additional $20 for gratitude. That's a big money, right? Especially I was working for a Japanese tavern. My customers ordered so much expensive Japanese sake. They left me a lot of tips and I expected to receive more money. Makes sense, right? But for some reason, I only received 20% of the total amount of earnings. You know why? Because my manager thought my job performance was poor. He thought I didn't serve my customers with enough hospitality. So that means he evaluated I didn't meet his job expectations. I believe I did my job, so I complained and lashed out at him, but I got fired right away in the end because I was speaking my language in a bad behavior. I was pretty sure I was doing okay and that was absolutely unfair, but in this case, unfair isn't sometimes unfair, you know? I was just an employee, not business owner. If your business owner thinks you are good, that means you are all good. If you are bad, you are bad. You have no right to make the business judgment based on your personal opinion or something you learned from school. As long as you work for a part-time job, you are not eligible for your company promotion, for example. It's not a big deal for you. It sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it's true. Hopefully you can understand me. If you want to add something more on that, please comment me below. I always welcome you. Okay, so a lot of people having their life with ego, self-esteem over self-evaluation, but you know what? If you are that type of person, you should be self-employed. You should launch your business like you make your money on your own. Until 2 years ago, I had been self-employed, but I joined Indian company because I was out of cash at the moment. Now I saved the whole bunch of money for my next stock investment. I'm thinking it's time to take one step forward for my future. There's no right or wrong decision making because it's my life, you know. So please don't misunderstand me. I never recommend you to do the same as I do, okay? If you have your family, a wife and kids, don't quit your job with your own decision. You're gonna be in a big trouble. Yeah, your wife is gonna complain, right? Today's video is not intended to motivate you to work as an employee, but I'm just giving you my old memory of my worst part-time job I experienced before, and giving you some ideas how to make you better from mistakes. Before I filmed today's video, I felt quite shameful to share my crazy mistakes with you. But if you listen to me close and do something new from my video, I'm so happy for you. If you get stuck with your life direction, like you get lost or you don't know what to do, just feedback your memory and try to modify your mistake. I think that's enough. You don't have to think too much about that. If you get too much obsessed about too many lessons, too many tasks, or whatever you call it, you're gonna fail again. I hope my advice works for you. 最後までご視聴いただきどうもありがとうございました。これからもマブ中川をよろしくお願いいたします。またね。